There's power in a drum beat on a hill above the sea. Power in the voice of a supporter. But it all amounts to nothing. Together we don't sing. There's power when we're North Boise. And they go forever. Old town scenery. Valley and mountain, chaparral to the sea. And the colors of our rainbow, sunset, orange, Tory green. There's power when we're North Boise. ST Lloyd, oh forever. Someday North County. Desert to islands, get loud now, you and me. All our voices strong together as we cheer on our team. There is power when we're North,
Welcome to the Loyal Locals podcast. I'm your host for this episode, Andrew Dyer. We have a lot to get to tonight, a lot going on. We are riding high off a big win over the best team in the Western Conference, San Antonio FC. We've got a match tomorrow. We got another one on Saturday with a watch party. So we're going to jump into things. Joining me tonight are Locals members Ken Garten. You might know him better as Red the Trucker from Twitter. Ken, how are you tonight?
Great. I'm glad to be here. Glad to discuss a big 3 points that we got last Saturday.
And also joining the pod is Jerry Ibarra. You might know him from Discord as Otro Jerry, the web designer extraordinaire of the Chavos de Loyal website. Jerry, thanks for joining. How are you?
I'm doing well. Cheers. Third time on the pod. Third time's a charm. Everybody.
Well, hopefully we won't have another incident like the previous pod. There was no incident. I'm sorry. So yeah, let's jump right into things. Saturday, San Diego Loyal, a home game that I unfortunately was not present for. Big 3 points against SAFC. Now, for me, being an irrational soccer fan, I had no doubts coming in to the game that we get the win. Now that's pretty much every game for me, though. What about y'all? Any surprises from the match Saturday?
I thought this was a really good test. Obviously it was the number one defense versus the number one offense, and 1 and 2 in the standings. So it's kind of nice to just kind of get a good measuring stick of where we are. When the Loyal plays their game and they play their best, they can match up with just about anybody.
Yep, totally. It was a lot closer than I thought. The first half at least, because it's tough for me to watch while I'm drumming. But I was talking to my friends at the half, and it looked like San Antonio was like kind of dominating the first half. But after rewatching it at home, it seemed a lot closer than I remembered. And then that second half was obviously pretty awesome. Well, yeah.
Yeah, it was. I had to watch the game on TV since I was traveling, but yeah, from what I saw in the first half, I thought that we controlled the run of play pretty well. We were making attacks and we were being aggressive, and it really seemed like just a matter of time that something might happen. Now, we do a lot of times look a little vulnerable on counterattacks, but I thought that the defense did a really good job in adjusting and controlling the midfield, winning their tackles, and really controlling possession. By the second half, the possession stats looked kind of ridiculous. At one point, they showed on the screen that we were in the second half had the ball 75% of the time. Now, that might be San Antonio's game plan, but everybody has a game plan until Evan Conway scores a goal, and then all bets are off. Speaking of Conway, he's had an excellent past few games. I think really showing the team something. Was that surprising to y'all, or did you kind of think that he's always had it in him?
I love the aggressiveness. I love his he just sticks with the ball. Again, he took the header deflected and he still stayed with it and scored that goal. Like, that was just a really exciting play. Again, I think they even did the little trivia before the match, and they were saying how many game-winning goals he had, and so he could just add another one since we got the shutout there. So. Again, it's one of those things, giving players opportunities to be successful. with so many parts around it, definitely good to see that Conway's taking the most of his opportunities.
Yeah, I agree. He didn't really impress me earlier in the season. I didn't think he played terrible. He made some defensive miscues earlier in the season. If any of you guys remember, I don't want to bring any of those up. But yeah, he's great off the bench, and he's proven that he can even start. Yeah, like Ken said, give him some opportunities, and yeah, he delivers.
So we also saw the return of Cal Vassell, and of course he also notches a goal. So I'm going to backtrack just a little bit. All three of the Loyals goals were in the second half, and all three of them were right in front of section 109.
Yep.
I couldn't be there. I was in Portland, Oregon, and literally inside a Timbers bar with one little TV on the Loyal match. So I did not get that experience. Can you put me in 109 and the listeners in 109 and what was the environment like in the section this last match?
Ken?
Oh, I definitely felt like there's that usual energy group. Nick did a great job capoing, kind of getting that energy set. I noticed that there were a few new drummers, which is great because it seems like they've been doing their drumming practice, and everybody was on beat, everybody was hyped. And then when that first goal from Conway came through, like the crowd went wild, everybody was into it. And then the subsequent goals, we just went even more ape shit. So
yeah, exactly. I was a little worried because we're missing Andrew, we're missing you, and we're missing Adrian. But it turns out we don't need you guys after all.
Yeah.
Dude. Sorry, Andrew. So, no, just kidding. But yeah, we have a couple new drummers. I think they showed up to the last practice. And I thought we sounded pretty good. I had 3 friends come in. Second time for 2 of them and the first time for 1 of them. And they just lost their mind. They grabbed flags and they were going crazy. And yeah, it was awesome.
That's awesome. It is one of those things where when new people come into the section, I feel like it can be intimidating, especially if you're not familiar with anybody. But I feel like the easiest way to ingratiate yourself is to grab a flag, a very thankless and difficult job in the match because they get so heavy. So anybody who wants to come in and wave the flag for a time is absolutely welcome to do that because it is a workout at times. New drummers do make me nervous, but I can't really say anything. If I'm not there, I'm not there. So, but watching the match and then of course rewatching it later on ESPN, it sounded phenomenal. And like always, the whole 90-minute match, it really provided that tempo and that kind of atmosphere. But the other thing in 109, of course, as our president is in the chat reminding everyone, is to please stand up. Not everybody can wave a flag or play a drum or capo or but just standing up is phenomenal. There are other seats directly next to the section where you are welcome to take a load off and take a break if the standing gets to be too much. But when you're in the section, we need to be standing. We are there to propel the team on the field to victory, and that's what we've been doing, and hopefully we'll continue doing. So I'm going to switch a little bit. I do want to talk about tomorrow's match and this weekend's match a little bit, but I don't want to go too much further without talking about this little controversy over the weekend up the freeway in Orange County. Would either of y'all like to kind of summarize what happened up the 5?
I think you're probably the better person to summarize, and then we can lean in with our thoughts because I definitely have some.
Okay, great. So, all right. So for anybody who's not aware, and if you're listening or watching this, I can't imagine you're not aware, but last weekend, an agenda item was added to the Irvine City Council, basically a proposal for LA Galaxy to take over Championship Stadium there at the Great Park in Orange County for exclusive use for pro soccer. Now, Championship Park is the home of Orange County Soccer Club, the team that we just got off of a bus trip going up there and getting a brilliant win off the foot of, once again, Evan Conway. This and one thing that about supporters groups and the soccer community is, and even LA Galaxy fans themselves, this was almost universally received as a terrible idea.
Mm-hmm.
Ken, why is it a terrible idea?
It just seems like you're kind of marking your territory on some place that already has somebody at somebody else's home, and it is kind of frustrating to think, again, this seems a little bit like the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim.
Yeah.
Why are we having an LA team in Irvine? Like, that's not exactly what that is. It just struck me wrong, because again, I know that the Galaxy 2 in USL haven't had fans, and they're hoping obviously to have a new stadium to have their MLS Next team. Is that right?
MLS Next Pro. I've got some thoughts on this, but please continue.
And I think really, like, they should find their own space up in LA. Let OCSC have their space, just so we can continue to do those bus trips.
They already have their own space up in LA. They have the other field.
Yeah,
where I've seen them play there.
We had a trip up. It wasn't a bus trip, but it was a pretty fun little trip up to is it in Carson? Yeah. It's kind of like a high school bleacher environment. But yeah, so MLS Next Pro. This is something that so there's multiple leagues with MLS branding. So MLS Next is a youth club soccer league affiliated with MLS. So like your academies, LA Galaxy, LAFC, all of your MLS teams are going to have MLS Next Academy teams, which run from, like, I think the youngest ones are 12 years old, up through your 17-year-olds or whatever. But they compete with, other youth clubs not part of MLS. Now, MLS Next Pro is a professional league with teams that are all affiliated with MLS teams, and they're basically like under 23s, right? So these are going to be adults who are playing soccer. So sometimes people use the shorthand MLS Next to talk about MLS Next Pro, but that is not that. So just a thing that I've noticed and kind of is a point of aggravation for me. Just I don't know. I think I am totally frozen on the stream. That face that you see is the exact face I'm actually making right now. So we can just push on through. That is exactly the face I'm making through this whole broadcast. If anyone is watching that,
I thought you were a ventriloquist. That's all.
Also, this week, of course, we talked about Evan Conway earning his first ever Man of the Match for his performance Saturday. The USL announced their Team of the Week today. On that was goalkeeper Koke Vegas, center back Grant Stoneman, and midfielder Colin Martin, all three making Team of the Week appearances. I don't know the last time we had three local players on Team of the Week. Maybe somebody who obsessively tracks this stuff can drop it in the chat. But great to see the club represented in Team of the Week like that.
I don't know.
Yeah, it was nice to see, Stoneman got the goal, and it was kind of nice to see his efforts being rewarded as well. And then Koke Vegas with the clean sheet, that was huge. I mean, I've been a bit critical of some of his play, but he played an excellent match, and definitely kind of helped be the start the the runs and everything else like that. It was really, really well played game for Koke.
Grant Stoneman, 2 goals, 2 games in a row. I think Nick was saying in the Discord he loves it when center backs score goals. I was a center back, so I think I scored 1 goal in like 11 years of playing. So yeah, that was pretty awesome.
So moving on to our next match, that will be Wednesday, August 10th, tomorrow at Torero. No barking lot Wednesday. We did have one on Saturday, but a bit tougher to do during the week. So Monterey Bay coming in. There are some former loyal players on that squad. Former goalkeeper Anthony Siaha and a field player who I had his name in my head before I started talking about it. Boone, I believe, is on Monterey Bay as well. Are those the only two?
I think so.
Chase Boone.
I think that was it. Yeah.
So some familiar faces coming into Torero. Question: what kind of reception does Siaha get from 109 when he stands in that goal at the foot of the section?
That's a good question.
I don't really have any beef. He just didn't really have a lot of opportunities, unfortunately. I thought he was fine when he did get some action, but he's now obviously doing really well and has a couple of clean sheets in Monterey Bay. So I've got no beef if we want to turns around and wants to start something.
Maybe a golf clap or something.
Yeah.
No, I got a chance to meet him at the at a watch party at what's the place Chula Vista called? Novo,
Brazil.
Last season he didn't travel with the team, so he just hung out with us and just a really nice guy, and he really impressed me at last year with against Tijuana against Cholos in the exhibition. And I thought
that was the only time we really got to see him was against Tijuana.
And he made 5 saves in the one half that he played or something.
He looked good.
Who is this kid? Maybe give him another shot, but
So I don't know if you remember, but he got man of the match.
He did.
Oh, he did. I didn't remember
game. Yes, he did. Wow. And I always thought, I always wondered, he was. I mean, obviously, he was playing behind some very good keepers, and goalkeeper is that unique position where you only get one on the field, and they don't get pulled out in the middle of matches unless they get hurt. So it's a tough position when you're not number one. So I couldn't be happier for him getting games up the coast and getting clean sheets. I feel like once players are on loyal, no matter how long they're on loyal, I feel like, as they go on, I can't root against anybody who's ever worn the crest.
I mean, I do hope we score 3 off him tomorrow, but he can go back to his clean sheets after tomorrow. No, but yeah, I am happy for him.
Absolutely. Yeah. He was also that locker room leak, every now and then,
that's right.
Stories or something would post oh, hey, there's somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of kit reveals coming via his Instagram, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. Andrew, it feels like we're talking to Hal from 2010.
I know, but when I watch it, okay, I'm sorry for everybody that's listening on the podcast and not watching this video. But when I turn my camera back on, it's the same. It's the same dumb face, and I'm tired of looking at myself. So I'm just gonna.
Or just open the pod bay doors, Hal.
Yeah,
I know.
Open the pod bay doors, Hal. Who got that reference?
So we have another match on Saturday. This one is away at Birmingham Legion in Birmingham, Alabama. No bus trip for this one, unfortunately. We're not going to do the easy rider and roll through the South. But we are going to have a watch party. The locals watch party is we're going to be with the club at the hangar in El Cajon. If you haven't been to the hangar, it is an indoor soccer facility. Last watch party we had there had a few matches going on pregame. A bunch of folks got to kick the ball around a little bit. Ken, Jerry, do either of y'all lace them up and play a little futsal?
I did not make it to that one, but I definitely am interested in going this. But I think I've already kind of committed to going to Cabros in National City for the watch party on Saturday.
Yeah, I went to the last hangar and I didn't play. I meant to jump in there just for fun and playing a little bit, but then me and Capri, Nick's wife, we started playing Wardo, and we just like did that for like half an hour, and we just and then the matches ended. But yeah, if anybody hasn't been to the hangar yet, you guys got to go. It's awesome. And correct me if I'm wrong, but they're providing pizza and beer, right?
I mean, there was pizza and beer at the last hangar. I don't want to just presume that the club is going to again provide pizza and beer, because I could come out here and I could say, hey, y'all, check it out. Club, free beers, free pizzas. Come out.
Be like, Jerry said there's going to be free beer.
Yeah, champagne.
I'm like, Jerry Jimenez said that. All right. No, but yeah, it's totally awesome. Like, if you haven't been to the hangar yet, go. But I'm with Ken. I think I've already committed to the other watch party at Cabros this time at least.
So I feel like because this is like the locals podcast, we should promote like the locals, like we're going to that watch party. But I am going to say that Cabros was freaking great. We went there for the game up in Orange County that I could not make that bus trip, and just so hospitable. The owner and the staff there really just bent over backwards to accommodate us, and I mean, not to mention the food was phenomenal. It's really good. Yeah, so I would not begrudge anybody for going to Cabros. They definitely have earned our support and patronage.
For sure. Yeah, I got to go for the first time on Sunday after the match and eat a little hangover burrito, and wow, that was first time. That was a solid burrito, and I told myself I was just gonna eat half, but then like I started thinking about like this burrito's not gonna get any better, and now's the time. So
they have a short one and a long one.
Yeah,
and
but they're like
the short one is pretty big.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was Thanksgiving full afterwards, so just prepare yourself.
Yeah, so very, very interesting, and kind of a unique take on California burritos. They use some different ingredients, and it's really good.
And they're a chain in Mexico, right?
They're a chain in Mexico, but it's not a chain here. It's the only one in the United States. And so the reason why he asked us to come Sunday is because he's looking to expand, and he wanted to impress some people that were there. So there might be another one opening up in your neighborhood, and that's all I'm going to say for now. But there's been discussion of making that our usual hangover cure spot on Sundays. I'm thinking like, okay, after setup and then after O'Brien's. Do I really want to see you all on Sunday as well? No. But
absolutely. You think I have other friends? Come on now.
I know. But that could be a hangover spot Sunday mornings. They should serve menudo, but I don't know. I can ask Juan if he'll serve menudo. If you guys don't know,
Juan was very nice, very outgoing, and did a great job of kind of managing orders and everything else like that. There was a great crowd. The restaurant was pretty full. We had a couple tables pushed together for locals and chavos.
Yeah.
So do either of y'all know anything about Birmingham Legion, or should we just save that for the lounge when we can really talk about stuff we don't know about?
I know that I've flown into Birmingham, but I don't know anything about their soccer club. Sorry.
I do not either. I can give Alan Underwood a call. I don't know.
We phone a friend.
If you want to know more about Birmingham Legion, tune in to the Two Balls and a Mic podcast, streaming wherever you get your podcasts, and you can hear much more knowledgeable folks break down Birmingham Legion. But we are going to move on to some big shout outs. I want to start with last week's hosts, Nate Wiggins, and also the aforementioned Alan Underwood, Drew Steck. All three of y'all did a great job, and it's appreciated, folks that come on here and do this for however much time you do. Another topic, Chavos Helping Chavos. This is Chavos de Loyal's community program. This is their second school supply drive, several locations are accepting donations for backpack, pencils, pens, any type of school supply you can imagine. You can stop at Three Punk Ales in Chula Vista, Cakes, which is also in Chula Vista. Bring it to Hangar FC Saturday for the watch party. Another option, very easy. Studio 54 Hair Salon is also a drop-off location. You can also, the easiest thing of all, you don't got to go anywhere. You can just pull out your phone, open your Venmo account, dip into that bottomless barrel of money that you have on your phone, and send them a donation so that they can buy the supplies for the kids. So many ways to contribute. Chavos de Loyal, they've done such a great job in putting these events together in the community. And here we are again for another year. And hopefully we can make it double or even triple what they were able to do last year. So please go and help them out. It's a great cause. And, this is what they really, really excel at outside of 109, which we're all very familiar with.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's great to see community giving back to, especially with schools starting pretty soon for a lot of kids. So
I do have another update. The locals kit, the orders are in. If you have any last second changes, please text President Steve directly, and preferably after 10 p.m. Let him know. Actually, I'm sorry. Don't do that at all. It's too late. The order's in. We're not changing them. We're expecting them to come in about a month. So be on the lookout for your kit if you ordered one. You can always check Discord for updates. Now, I would also recommend that anybody who wants to stay up to date on your kits, on the watch parties, on Orange County, or if you just want to engage in the same arguments about MLS and soccer stadiums, get on the Discord. Why are you not there? This is where all of that stuff is happening. Yep. I went to the Facebook group, the locals Facebook group, and there are like walking corpses there. It's a graveyard. Get over to the Discord. That's where all the stuff is happening. Facebook is done. It's done. It's for your grandma. Get over to the Discord and come and argue with us about MLS. It's so fun. You should be there.
Yeah, I hear also we're going to have a lot of discussions about changing the time of the September 17th match or the wave. We're going to make sure that happens too. Like, we're going to start a petition, change.org. We can do this.
Let's do it.
Alicia says that right now they're talking about designing a dream stadium. So if you enjoy stadium renderings, which is a San Diego specialty, get into the Discord. That's where this stuff is going on. Another merchandising kit news is that tomorrow, Wednesday, the match against Monterey Bay is finally the release of the much hyped, hard to find, impossible to find until tomorrow, blue goalkeeper kit. Made famous by our goalkeeper, Koke Vegas. They're going on sale exclusively at the stadium tomorrow. So if you, like me, have your eyes on a blue goalkeeper kit, you got to go to the game. I think the club is even selling these tickets for half off. I saw something on social. Must buy in.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw this or not, but I just saw there was an update due to supply chain issues. There won't be any of the blue kits tomorrow.
Yeah, so don't.
Just go ahead and show up at 6:45.
Thank you. That's right. Sorry, y'all. Man, too bad about those blue kits. Definitely don't show up early. Definitely don't get in line and get a double extra large. Please don't do that before I do, because they're just not going to be available. Sorry. But yeah, this has been like a personal thing of mine since we saw the Charlie kits. For me personally, that blue one always just really stood out. They had the first goalie kit release. Well, their first official goalie kit release was a couple of weeks ago, a Saturday match. We got the purple kits. I think they went ahead and sold what was left. What wasn't sold at the match went on sale online the week after. But that's it. You know, these are not easy kits to get. They're not like the field player kits that you can just go to the store and buy them. You know, they don't make as many of these. There's about 211 kits total available for sale. And then the next chance to buy a keeper kit will be September 17th. That's the Phoenix Rising match, and that will be the black goalkeeper kit. Now, that one, there's only 64. So if you were really quick on the trigger back whenever they released the, I think it was the Siempre Leal kit, the green one, Charlie actually released the black keeper kit on their website, and it was for sale for a little while. And I don't know how many people were able to actually buy them, but that didn't last long. But so your next chance would be that September 17th match with a low inventory number of 64. I'm just some breaking news. This is just coming into Loyal Locals newsroom. Tomorrow is Lydia Brokoff's birthday.
Yep.
So we want to, extend a happy birthday to Lydia. Go and buy her a blue keeper kit. And yeah, what a great birthday present for Loyal to get another 3 points. Okay, moving on. Locals on tour, Monterey Bay. Now, this is not tomorrow's match. I know this can get confusing. I want everybody to just keep up with me here. We are playing Monterey Bay tomorrow at Torero Stadium in San Diego. But what you might not know is that we are also playing Monterey Bay September 3rd in Monterey Bay, which is not a town. It is a geographic fixture. I believe their stadium is in Monterey. Correct me if I'm wrong, Jerry. I think you are planning on going on this trip. Why don't you tell me a little bit about the central northern, what is this, California coast?
I don't know too much about the area, but it's about 70 miles south of San Jose. So I know a few people over in the Travels Discord are thinking about flying to San Jose and then renting a car and going down, which is a good idea. The only thing I got to say is that because it's a holiday weekend, so hotel rooms are running out. Our original plan, Julia and I, my girlfriend, we're going to camp there. We're going to camp at Big Sur and just drive up for the match. All the campsites are gone, basically. Me and Nick, we're staying with our significant others at the Stargazer Inn, and that place is shot up like $75 more per night in like the last week and a half. So if you guys want to go, I suggest you act fast. I know somebody today in the Discord posted something about cheap flights right now, so I would act fast.
Man, another reason to be in the Discord. I saw that too.
Exactly. Yeah.
I believe Southwest Airlines has a discount code for flights inside California. Whereas I think it's like 40% off, something crazy like that.
Mm-hmm.
So another plug for the Discord. Get out of that boomer graveyard of Facebook and come over to the Discord. Yeah.
And we're sitting in section N1. That's the visitor section. And the tickets were pretty cheap. I don't know if they've gone up. They were $18 last time I looked. Don't quote me on that. It might have gone up. But if anybody wants to come, act fast. On Friday. Sorry, go ahead, Ken.
Oh, and if you didn't use your away ticket through season ticket members, you could absolutely use that in Monterey Bay.
Mm-hmm. Alicia coming through with the info $75 round trip to San Jose right now on Southwest Airlines. That's cheaper than a tank of gas for a round trip drive like to Alpine. So jump on that if you have the time and are so inclined. We won't talk about the hotel prices up there. We'll just focus on those cheap flights.
Yeah. You can sleep on my floor in my hotel room.
Totally.
I'm sure Julia will love that. But
there's also a link to purchase those game tickets in the Discord.
Yes, there is.
So more away travel opportunities. The Las Vegas Lights match coming on September 24th. Tickets and hotel information are now available. The locals are have arranged for a block of rooms at the Westgate Hotel. So at a discounted rate. The Westgate, I actually stayed there last year on the Las Vegas away trip. It's a casino hotel, so you know what you're getting into. You might have to walk through a little bit of cigarette smoke, but other than that, it's a great place. What's really great about it is it is off strip slightly, so you're going to get that lower rate, but it has the elevated train stop literally right at the hotel. So you just jump on that elevated train. It's about less than 10 minutes to the strip. Very convenient, very easy to use, and you don't have to pay strip hotel prices. And you can stay with your fellow locals. I am not doing Vegas again this year. I think that's something you can only do like every 2 years maybe. Ken, Jerry, are y'all planning on going to Vegas?
As tempted as I am, because I do love riding the monorail, I'm not going to make it, unfortunately. But I know that is Tom Blick's birthday weekend, and so he's planning on having a big blowout. So just give him a good up the toffees, and let's get those 3 points.
Yeah, I can't really do 2 trips in 1 month. I have family in Vegas, so I'd have a place to stay for free, but I don't know. Hanging out in Vegas with you guys and the Chavos, I don't know if I would. Yeah, it sounds quite fear and loathing to me.
It'll make you not want to go back for 2 years. Let me just, I can, let me tell you, that's a fact. I almost didn't make it to the game last year, but I did. It was a lot of fun. But yeah. you gotta go with the game plan there. Now, before we wrap things up here on the pod, there is another bit of community news. Padres night, Tuesday, August 23rd. This is against the Cleveland Guardians. God, just a great name for a baseball team, the Cleveland Guardians. I don't know if they are affiliated with the Space Force, who also have the great name of Guardian, but Cleveland Guardians, August 23rd, $10, tailgate, pizza, beer for over 21, under 21, eat free, $25 game ticket. Can't beat it if you want to go tailgate with the locals, something that we can't do for loyal matches. But we can go to the Padres and have our own tailgate all we want. You can get your Padres Soccer Night tickets at the Locals SG website at the Bazaar. So come on out to the ballpark and watch the Cleveland Guardians. I can't believe they're still going with Guardian. Hey, no. The Guardians.
It's going to take some getting used to, for sure.
I think it's like a statue on a bridge in Cleveland.
Yeah, it's the name of a statue they have in the city, so at least it's kind of related to Cleveland.
Cool.
So I remember when the World Baseball Classic was at Petco Park. I went to one of the games with a bunch of the American Outlaws, and we all met up at Mission Brewery, and then we were all decked out in our USA gear. Walked over, we're singing and chanting and kind of trying to make it into a soccer night. And it would be kind of fun if we could get some chants going. Anything better than "Let's go Padres, let's go."
Yeah, we went to a ball game recently. Was last week, and I forgot because I grew up going to Padre games, but I've been going to so many loyal matches. I totally forgot about the different atmosphere of the ball game, and I'm like, stop playing the organ, like I don't know. We should be making the music, not the sorry.
And just to be clear, this was not Bobby Cressy playing the organ. This was the canned music that they have. The other,
not Bobby Cressy. Sorry.
Yeah. So Bobby Cressy.
Sorry, Cressy. He plays Pixie songs sometimes.
Yes,
so gotta love
absolutely.
it. Yeah. Sorry, rant.
All right. So we're getting towards the end of things here. I'm looking in the chat. Do we have any questions on the chat about away trips, merch, jerseys? I think we've covered all of the supporter group business. While everybody is thinking of their questions, I do have a few things to talk about. Tomorrow's match, 7 p.m. kickoff. We're pretty familiar with that. I'm sure people will be hanging out at Coronado pre-match. If you, for whatever reason, are available to hang out and have beers on a Wednesday afternoon, I'm a little jealous, but that will be available to you at Coronado. The match Saturday. Now, this is an East Coast match, so that is an earlier kickoff. I believe that is a 4:30 p.m. kickoff for Saturday for that watch party. If you're coming out to the watch party, just adjust your time calendar accordingly. Hey, and watch the Discord tomorrow for the man of the match voting. This happens every match at the 70th minute. Get in there and vote for man of the match. I think we've done a really good job over the last several matches in spreading the love a little bit to players who play well, but maybe don't get all of the big highlight plays. Evan Conway, of course, got man of the match on Saturday, something that he earned in that match, but really over the last several matches. They're get in there and get your votes in. Another reason, we keep coming back to it. Get in the Discord. If you're not in there yet, but you're listening to this podcast, I don't know what you're doing. Get in the Discord. That's where this stuff is happening.
Yeah, Evan Conway winning man of the match was a little bit like Denzel Washington winning an Oscar for Training Day. Yeah, he probably should have got it from Malcolm X, but this is the way we rewarded him for that exciting match in OC.
Yeah. All right. So we are still we are wrapping things up. We're still second in the West for now. We just beat the best in the West. Inject the hopium, straighten your veins. Soccer is one of those sports where it's not always good times. Don't get bogged down by people who want to be realistic about expectations for the club. You don't have to do that. You're not an analyst. We're fans. We're never going to lose again. I believe it. I hope you believe it too. We're going to win the championship this year. I'm manifesting that. So Ken, thank you so much. Where can people find you?
So I'm on Instagram and Twitter as Red the Trucker. I'm also sometimes a guest on the Crossing Streams podcast, which Craig is dying for me to start talking about some of the upcoming nerdy shows like the Sandman on Netflix and Paper Girls on Amazon. So I got some watching to do this week.
Jerry, where can people find you should they so choose?
Well, I have a Twitter and an Instagram that I never, ever do anything with.
Okay, so don't look for Jerry. You can't find him.
Yeah.
Excellent. Hey, well, thank you both for being on the pod. It's a good time. I am Andrew Dyer, and thank you everybody for joining us. And stay tuned. We're going to do the post game, the post pod lounge, where maybe I'll be back on camera, but maybe not. You know what? We'll see.
Open the pod bay doors, Hal. Open the pod bay doors.
All right, we'll be back.